Welcome back to Julian's Magician School, and we've got a brand new trick at a brand new price. All tricks are now 20 cents. Good value for money, 20 cents for a magic trick. So you got 20 cents? Come on, dig deep, I'm sure you have. You got it? I want you to sign your 20-cent piece. Now I'm going to help you here, because you're on the other side of the computer screen there. So now you've got yours signed. That's a little happy face, so you'll know your money if you ever see it again. So we've got to do the transaction now before we can proceed with the magic trick. Now this is going to be safe and secure, like any good bank would do. And one more. Now I want you to be happy that your money is safe and secure, so please take the pen, give it a little tap. Safe and secure. Now, are you going to complete the transaction with a PIN or your signature? What are you going to do? You're going to use the signature. Okay, if you're going to use the signature, you are going to need the cap of the pen back on the pen, because this is an electronic signature. So take the pen, and what I want you to do is sign your name. You done that? Okay, now we just have to wait a minute because sometimes the lines are busy. Okay, let's have a look. Hey, your money went through. Alright, transaction complete. Now we can do your magic trick for you. The trick we're going to do today is called Feeling Lucky. And are you feeling lucky? You are? Alright, I'm going to go through the cards like this, and when you want a card you just say stop. You ready? Stop there. Alright, let's... Hey, look, a coin. And it's got your little happy face on it. You were feeling lucky. The coin fold is a trick you will find in almost every beginner's magic book, so there must be thousands of versions of it out there. But here's the thing, I have never, ever seen anyone perform it. And I think the main reason for that is it's actually quite hard the way they show it to you in books, which is simply you take a piece of paper, you fold the coin up, and then you go, your mysterious words and tear it up. There's so much intense focus on your hands the whole time. It's actually really scary to do. So I came up with this little version here which sort of embeds the coin fold in a larger magic routine, and it takes all that heat and pressure off your hands. So if you practice this, it's going to give you a lot of experience with misdirection and just having secret things hidden in your hands, and you'll get used to it after a while. It becomes a whole heap easier. Now to make it easy, I've printed out these sheets for you, or where you can print them out if you go to my website here. And 4 of them are to a page. And so if you just cut them up, it's about the right size piece of paper to do a coin fold with. The coins you're going to use, I prefer that you use a larger coin like this rather than a little coin like this, simply because this has got more weight. And I'm going to show you in a minute the fold and the move, and it'll make sense why you want something with a little bit more weight. Alright, come in now, and I'm going to show you how to fold the piece of paper. Alright, so here's the coin fold. You take your coin and you place it towards the bottom of the circle here. You're now going to fold the top snugly towards you so it folds at the top of the coin there. Now the next 3 folds are going to be away from you. So the first fold is the only one that comes to you. The next one you fold away, but this time you don't make it snug next to the side. There's the side of the coin there, you leave a bit of a gap. The other side you fold away, again, you leave a nice bit of play. I'll make that round there so you can see the coin in there. And then the bottom one here, you're going to fold on that open bit. So this is a coin here, so you can see it. See, it'll just come out. But you fold this bottom fold away, and the impression is that you've just folded a packet. So now the coin's all folded up, and you press around the coin so you leave an indentation in the paper, and that just helps reinforce the message that the coin is still in there. You get them to pick up the pen and say, just check that, because this is nice and secure, And I want you to be happy your coin is still there. So they tap. And then you say, do you want to do sign or pin? And by that I mean you're doing a transaction. So you know, like if you use a credit card, you have to put your PIN number in or you have to sign. And no matter what they say, you're going to have an answer for it, because when you're asking them that, you've got this in your hand with the coin slot down the bottom, and you simply release the pressure with your hand, and there it goes, the coin slides out and into your hand. And you just do this while you're talking to them. You don't actually have to move your hand, it just sits in there. And you ask them, do you want to do sign or pin? Because whatever they say, you're going to say that you need the cap of the pen. So if they say sign, you're going to say, well, you need the cap of the pen to cap the pen up because it's going to be an electronic signature. So you're sort of inferring you don't need to write with it. If they say pin, then you say, oh, you need the cap up the pen because you don't need the pen, and put it aside. So it's just giving you a motivation to go down and get the cap pen, which is down out of sight under the table. So when you're saying that and they say whichever one they want, you say, I'll get the pen. So you've got the coin here, put that in that hand and just take your hand away and go down, and you've got the coin hidden here, and you get the cap of the pen. Now here's what's under the table that you can't see. I've just used these couple of books here, and boy, this would be an interesting book. It's by a bloke named Julian Mather. Oh, same name as me. Oh, it even looks like me. Now just use any two books, or you just need some way to secure a deck of cards upright, so you could maybe have this sitting on a chair to your side, but as long as it's out of view. So I'm going to take those books away and just show you now this little setup here. It's a coin slide to get the coin easily into the middle of the cards. So this is the pen cap here, and what you do is you just take a block of about 5 or 6 cards, slide those in to the middle, leave them sticking out 2/3 of the way, then you just peel one card away, and with the pen, this is all a bit slippery here with these new cards, you're going to put the cap of the pen over the block with 5 or 6 cards in there. And the reason you have 5 or 6 there is it just gives a bit more body for that clip of the pen to hang on to. And then you slide the single card up level, and you don't have to press down hard or anything, because if you do, you'll find that pen cap will just slip off. But you want it a fair way out. And now that is like this big open mouth that you can drop the coin in. So you've secretly got the coin in your hand, and you've got the packet of paper in your other hand up here. You come down under the table and you drop this straight in this big hole like that, and at the same time with your fingers pick up the pen cap and come out. So you can effectively do 2 moves. This is your misdirection with the pen cap, and you can load your coin in there. Now, you don't have to push this down on the first time, so you just drop it in and come straight out with your pen cap. So now you've dropped off the coin, they recap the pen, and they either put it aside and do the pin, or they sign their electronic signature. You say you're going to wait a minute for the transaction to go through. Now, of course, there's no coin in here. It's now loaded. And then you proceed to tear that up, say that it's gone through, and now we can do the trick, to which we reach down, and it just comes down and pushes all that down together and pulls out the deck, and you bring up the deck. You're going to pull it out sideways, and you're going to keep pressure on the cards to stop that coin falling out. You don't want to turn it sideways like this yet, because you'll see the big gap. So what you do in one movement, you just cover that up and show the front towards there, and you immediately put pressure on the front, so you're sort of holding that down, but you can do it fairly in a fairly relaxed fashion, and that just looks like a regular deck of cards. But now you're in the position to do a little riffle up the back, and you're going to say, we do a card trick now. When you want a card, say stop. And now when you go up, you've got this huge break under here that is formed by the coin being inside there. It's so easy to stop where that break is, and they just say stop, and it'll stop just where you want. You take it off, and you reveal their coin there. Alright, hope you have some fun with that, and remember, if I can do it, you can do it.